The gavel falls, and the sound cuts straight through my chest like a cold wind in January. I'm Patricia Morse, 66 years old, sitting in this polished courtroom with my arthritis hands folded tight over a thick manila envelope I've carried close to my heart for 19 years. My heart is pounding so loud, I swear the bailiff can hear it. Across from me sits my daughter, Lauren, 40 years old now, dressed in a navy blazer that looks expensive, her hair perfectly styled, tears already shining in her eyes for the judge to see. Next to her, her lawyer, a sharp young man named Ethan Coldwell, points at me like I'm the villain in this story. Your Honor, he begins, voice smooth and practiced, my client has been deprived of her only child for 19 years. This is nothing less than parental alienation and unlawful retention of a minor. The word unlawful stabs me. I look back to the third row. There sits my grandson, Ethan, 19 years old today, tall and quiet, with the same thoughtful brown eyes his grandfather had. He gives me a small, steady nod, the kind that says, I'm here, Grandma, we're in this together. Judge Amelia Grant, silver hair pulled into a tight bun, looks over her glasses at me. Mrs. Morse, you've been the legal guardian of Ethan Morse since he was an infant. Do you have anything to say to these allegations? I lift the manila envelope slowly, feeling every year of weight in my arms. Yes, Your Honor, I have something to say, and I have proof of why my daughter is really here after 19 years of silence. Lauren's eyes widen. She whispers, Mom, please. But I'm done protecting her from the truth. Your Honor, I say, voice steady, even though my hands shake. I didn't steal anyone's child. I raised the baby my daughter left on my doorstep at 2 months old with a note that said, I can't do this. The lawyer objects immediately. Hearsay, irrelevant ancient history. Judge Grant raises a hand. I'll decide what's relevant. Mrs. Morse, continue. I open the envelope for the first time in public. Inside this envelope are 19 years of truth, bank statements, letters, photos, text messages, and one handwritten note from my daughter giving up all rights to her son. The courtroom goes quiet. I pull out the first item, a faded pink onesie photo. This is Ethan at 2 months old, the night Lauren brought him to my house. He had a bad diaper rash, a fever, and was crying from hunger. She handed me a half-empty diaper bag and a bottle with sour milk. Lauren covers her face. I pull out the note next, yellow legal paper, Lauren's handwriting unmistakable. I read it aloud. Mom, I can't do this anymore. I'm only 21. I'm not ready to be a mother. Ethan cries all the time and I can't sleep. I met someone who wants to travel and start fresh. Please keep Ethan. I'm signing over all rights. Don't try to find me. I need to live my life. I'm sorry. Lauren, March 12th, 2006. The judge takes the note, examines the signature, the date. Your Honor, Lauren's lawyer says quickly, my client was suffering from severe postpartum depression. She was not in her right mind. I pull out the next document, a printed email from Lauren dated 3 months later. I read, Mom, I'm in California now with Derek. We're happy. Please don't tell Ethan about me when he's older. It's better if he thinks you're his mom. I don't want him to feel abandoned. I'm not coming back. Thank you for taking him, Lauren. I continue pulling documents. Bank statements, every month for 19 years, $300 deposited into Ethan's college fund from my nursing salary. Photos of every birthday, every Christmas, every school play, report cards, awards, hospital bills when he broke his arm at 10, all paid by me, all without a single dollar, call, or card from Lauren. The judge looks at Lauren. Mrs. Caldwell, you remarried, correct? Lauren nods, voice small. Yes, Your Honor. Derek and I have been married 15 years. We have 2 daughters. And during those 15 years, did you ever contact your son? Lauren hesitates. No, Your Honor. I thought it was better for him. I pull out the final set of documents, recent ones. 3 months ago, Your Honor, my late husband's sister passed away. She left Ethan a college trust fund, $250,000 to be released when he turns 21. I, as legal guardian, was already managing it for his education. I hold up a printed email chain obtained legally through discovery. This is an email Lauren sent to the trust company 2 months ago. Hello, I'm Ethan Morse's biological mother. I'm regaining custody soon and will need to be added as beneficiary and manager of his college trust. Then the text messages, printed and time-stamped. From Lauren to me, July 15th. Mom, I've changed. I want my son back. He's his real mother. July 18th. I know about the $250,000. That money is for Ethan's future. I can manage it better than you. July 20th. If you don't voluntarily give me custody, I'll tell the judge you kidnapped him as a baby. I have proof I was mentally ill and you took advantage. July 22nd. We can do this the easy way or the hard way. Give me custody and I'll let you visit. Fight me and you'll lose everything, including access to that money. The judge's face hardens. I look at Ethan. He stands without being called. Your Honor, he says, voice clear and strong. May I speak? Judge Grant nods. Please approach, young man. Ethan walks to the stand, 19 years old, wearing the suit I bought him for graduation. Your Honor, I've lived with my grandma my whole life. She worked double shifts as a nurse to put food on the table. She sat up all night when I had asthma attacks. She drove me to every practice, every game, every doctor visit. She never missed a parent-teacher conference. He turns to Lauren. I don't remember you. I have no memories of you holding me, reading to me, singing me to sleep, but I have memories of Grandma doing all those things. Lauren is sobbing now. Ethan continues. 2 months ago, you showed up at our house with a lawyer and said you wanted me back. You said you'd missed me every day, but then you asked Grandma how much the college fund was worth. You asked if you could help manage it. He looks at the judge. Your Honor, I'm 19. I'm legally an adult, but if my voice matters at all, I choose to stay with the woman who raised me, the woman who never left, the woman who built that college fund $300 at a time when she could barely pay rent. He turns back to Lauren. You didn't come back for me. You came back for the money, and that's the saddest part, because if you'd come back even a year ago just to know me, I might have let you in, but now I don't want you in my life. He steps down and walks back to me, puts his arm around my shoulders. The judge calls a recess to review evidence. During the break, Lauren approaches us in the hallway, lawyer trailing behind. Mom, please, we can work something out. I just want what's best for Ethan. I look at her, really look at her, for the first time in years. Lauren, what's best for Ethan is the life he's had, the life I gave him when you walked away. She lowers her voice. The money, it's a lot. We're in debt. Derek lost his job. The girls need braces, college soon. I feel something break inside me. Not anger, pity. So that's it, I say. 19 years, no calls, no birthdays, no how is he? And now, because money appeared, suddenly you're Mother of the Year. She starts crying harder. I was young. I was scared. I thought I was doing the right thing. You thought starting over with a new man and new children was the right thing. And you did. You got your fresh start, but you don't get to come back now and take his. Ethan steps forward. I have something to say, he tells Lauren directly. She looks up, hopeful. I watched you cry in court today. Part of me felt bad, but then I remembered Grandma cried too. Every time she worked a double shift, every time she skipped buying herself new shoes so I could have cleats, every time she sat alone on Christmas because it was just the two of us and she never complained once. He pauses. You don't get to cry now. You didn't earn that. Lauren's lawyer pulls her away as the recess ends. Back in court, Judge Grant delivers the ruling. After reviewing the evidence, the voluntary relinquishment of parental rights in 2006, the complete absence for 19 years, the recent threatening communications, and the clear financial motive tied to the appearance of a substantial trust fund, this court rules as follows. The petition for custody change is denied with prejudice. Permanent legal guardianship remains with Patricia Morse until Ethan Morse reached majority, which he has. A 5-year restraining order is issued against Lauren Caldwell, prohibiting contact with Ethan Morse unless he initiates it after age 21. Any future attempts to access Ethan's trust fund by Mrs. Caldwell will be considered fraudulent. Lauren collapses in her chair. The judge looks at me. Mrs. Morse, do you wish to press charges for extortion based on the threatening messages? I look at my daughter, broken, defeated. No, Your Honor, but I do ask that the voluntary relinquishment be entered into permanent record so this can never happen again. Granted. Court adjourns. As we leave, Lauren calls out one last time. Mom, will you ever forgive me? I stop, turn. I forgave you a long time ago, Lauren, for being young, for being scared, for not knowing how to be a mother at 21. But I will never forgive you for coming back only when money showed up, and I will never allow you to hurt him again. 6 months later. Ethan started his sophomore year at MIT, full scholarship plus the trust fund covering living expenses. The first thing he did when the trust released funds at 21, he transferred $15,000 into my account. For all the years you went out, Mom, he said, so you can finally retire. I cried for 3 days. Lauren's marriage fell apart. Derek left her when the money didn't come through. She moved into a small apartment, started working as a receptionist. I heard through a mutual acquaintance that she's in therapy now, that she cries every time she sees a mother and son in the grocery store. Sometimes, late at night, I wonder if she's truly changing. 1 year after the trial, I got a letter in the mail. No return address. Inside, a single sheet. Mom, I know you'll never believe me, but I am sorry. Not for the money, I'm ashamed of that. I'm sorry for leaving him, for choosing myself over him, for thinking a new life would erase the old one. I don't expect forgiveness. I don't expect to ever meet Ethan, but I needed you to know I understand now what I lost. And I live with that every day. Lauren. I didn't write back. 2 years after the trial. Ethan graduated top of his class. He's working at a tech firm now, saving lives with medical software. He came home for Thanksgiving and said, Grandma, I've been thinking, if she ever wants to meet me just to talk, no money, no strings, when I'm 30, maybe I'll say yes, not for her, for me, to close the chapter. I hugged him. That's your decision, sweetheart, and whatever you choose, I'll support you. 5 years after the trial. The restraining order expired. Lauren never contacted him, but one day a package arrived at our door. Inside, a hand-knitted scarf in MIT colors and a note. Ethan, I learned to knit in therapy. This took me 6 months. I picked the colors because I heard you went to MIT. I don't expect anything. I just wanted you to have something made by the woman who gave you life, even if she failed you afterward. I'm proud of the man you became. I wish I'd been part of it. Lauren. Ethan held the scarf for a long time. Then he put it in a drawer, not thrown away, not worn, just there. 10 years after the trial. I'm 76 now, retired, living in the little house Ethan bought me near campus so I can see him often. He's married now to a wonderful girl named Maya who calls me Mom. They have a baby daughter, my great-granddaughter. Her name is Patricia. Last month, Ethan told me something that made my heart stop. I wrote to her, he said quietly. To Lauren? He nodded. I told her about the baby, sent a picture, told her if she's truly changed, and only if she's truly changed, she can meet her granddaughter one day, supervised, at a park. No money talk, no guilt trips. I asked, why now? He smiled. Because you taught me that love doesn't hold grudges forever. It protects fiercely, but it also knows when to open the door a crack. You did that every day for me. I cried again. Some people ask if I hate Lauren. No, I pity her. She missed it all. The first steps, the first words, the first heartbreak, the graduation, the wedding, the birth of her granddaughter. She chose a life without him and got exactly that. I chose a life with him and got everything. Sometimes justice isn't punishment. Sometimes justice is simply this. The person who shows up every day gets the love. The person who walks away gets the silence. And love, real love,